Alright, so this morning we're going to be doing a little buckhead boiling. What to do? So basically what I've got here is I power washed it. I took a little drill, piece of a coat hanger, ran it up in there, and got all the brains out, and then I skinned it with a knife, got it down basically to this. So over here, we've got our water starting to boil. This is just a normal 50,000 BTU burner, kind of like what you'd fry turkey in or fish or something like that. And then I have this pan here that I bought just for buck boiling, and I've hydro dipped some skulls and done some European mounts in the past. And so anyhow, we're going to give it a shot. Had some crazy winds come through and blew down all my poplars over there, so I'm gonna have to get them stood back up. But this is the first part of it. Get your water going, get your head cleaned as good as you can, and we're going to let this baby start boiling. I don't add any borax or anything like that. Some people do. I just straight boil it. So as soon as she gets hot, we'll hop back on here. Alright, so it's just starting to bubble, and that's about time I go ahead and drop it in. And I should have done this part on film, so I'm going to kind of reenact it. If your head is frozen, let it thaw out, because if you stick it in this hot water, it's going to start cracking apart. So just a little pro tip, make sure that you always thaw it out if it's frozen. So what I did was I slowly, get a better angle on this, I just slowly entered my skull head, and then set it down. Find a good spot. Sometimes you might have to rig it up with like a board or something like that. This one I didn't have to, but just a little pro tip. Whenever they're frozen or they've been sitting for a long time, then they become troublesome to have to boil, and they take forever. If you leave the hide and all that on there, those can be very troublesome. I've seen people boil it with the hide on there, and those things take like 8, 10, 12 hours. They take forever. So the cleaner you can get your skull, about like how we got this one, that's about how you want to do it. And then you can get her done in a little bit timely of a manner. So I'm kind of liking this buck. He's pretty unique. He doesn't have a whole lot of tine height, but he sure does have a little bit of mass to him. And some spread. Boy, I love that spread. He's about an 18-inch spread. I measured him. Pretty decent buck. Just solid 8-pointer. Probably, looking at his teeth, I was thinking, because a few of them are wore down, I'd say he's probably 3.5, but he could be a 2.5 with just some good genetics. So anyhow, we're moving along in the process. Alright, we're 1 hour into it. We're going to do our 1 hour update here. Stinks to high heaven. Don't get downwind of that thing. Kind of pull it up out of here, see what we got. Hopefully I don't run it over. Oh yeah, she's starting to look real good. Still got some meat matter here in a little bit. I'll pull it out and I'll run it over here to the hydrant. Kind of spray it down, try to get some of that out here. Biggest key is to get all the matter off, get it down as clean as you can, you know, kind of do a couple little cleanings throughout the process. So right now we're 1 hour in. I'm going to let it go probably another 30 minutes or so. Then I'll pull the hose over here and spray it down, and then stick it back in and at least do 1 or 2 cleanings on it. So almost there. Alright, we've let it go on about another 30-45 minutes. Now I'm just going to spray it down. Trying to hit all them fine little crevices. Alright. Still got some matter coming out back here that we need to get out, but we're getting her going. Alright, we've been going for about 2.5 hours. I just pulled it out, scraped it down, and washed it again. And so, a little over 2 hours, this is what we got. Coming out pretty nicely. Turning out pretty nicely. We'll let it go for just a little bit longer and then pull it out. Let it dry. Be hydro dipping sometime early time this evening. Added a board to it to give it the right angle to keep it underneath there, so these last few minutes or whatever, hopefully it'll get all the rest of that out and we'll be good to go. Alright, so it's done boiling. This is our end result. Now I'm just going to spray it down real good. Alright, she's all done. It's been drying for, I don't know, a couple hours now, maybe 3. It's been a while. But now I'm going to spray it with just kind of a base spray. I went with this cheap, fast dry spray paint from Walmart. And that's to give it a nice background. If I wanted to, I could peroxide it and do all of that and bleach it out and make it white. But it's just as easy if we're going to dip it, just to make your background out of this stuff. So that'll be the next thing. Alright, this second coat and the last coat, I elected to put some bags over the horns just because I want to give it a real nice white coat before I do the dipping. So anyhow, this is something you can do. You can tape the whole things up to whatever. It's just easy. Just grab some bags. So alright, we're at the hydro dipping spot. So you get a tub similar to this, fill it up with a decent amount of water. And you're going to take your colors, which we've chosen metallic silver, and then this high gloss blue here. It's better to use it with the high gloss, but you can also use metallic as well. So alright, we're going to start with spraying our first color, a hefty amount, and then we'll do second color, and then kind of go back and forth with it. So there's our silver. And then our blue. Alright, so we're starting to get a nice little pattern going here. Alright, I think we're going to go ahead and make a design. So you take something, gonna blend these colors together. Alright, I'm gonna pass this off to my wife real quick. And then you slowly want to dip this in. So you're going to start with the nose first. Slowly go down. You want to submerge the whole thing. And there's our skull. Man, those colors look really, really good on this one. Here's the bottom part. I'm going to take my little stick here, and I got a little piece back here. Look like it's stuck to my tape. So put that down. Alright. We're all done. Like, share, subscribe. That's how you do some hydro dipping. Good luck this year.